Am I audible?
Raksha, are you trying to say something?
Hello everyone, a warm welcome to another session for Education Outreach hosted by GirlScript Foundation. For those new to GSOC, it's a 3-month long open source program that aims to bring more diversity to tech by supporting and mentoring students from all backgrounds. Through coding, collaboration, and community, GirlScript empowers developers to build, grow, and thrive, especially women and other learners. Today's topic is something that many of us either have thought about or actively perceiving: how to switch career from service to product based company. Whether you are looking for more ownership in your work, dreaming of building scalable products, or curious about the journey from service based role to product driven innovation, you are in the right place. And now it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our speaker of the day, Vandana Gupta. She is currently working as software engineer at PhonePe, where she leads the charge on handling mandated services within India's largest UPI payment system, managing extremely high transaction per second. Her journey reflects determination, upskilling, and strategic career transition, making her perfect mentor for guide us today. So, without further ado, Vandana, over to you.
Thank you, Rakshita, so much. Am I audible and visible to you properly?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Yes.
You can
So
start.
thank you so much for welcoming me, and I for giving me the platform to share my experience till now. And yes, before starting, I would like to say this will be a very candid talk from my side. So please try to be as active as possible. I'll be answering as much questions um, as there will be. So, starting from my introduction, I come from a very humble background, and I have done my BTech from GGSIP University in Delhi. It's a private university, and yeah, I'm a 2019 pass out. I have total almost 6 years of experience till now, and regarding my work experience, I have worked as a full stack developer. I have worked as a backend developer. I have worked as a front end developer. I have worked as a Salesforce developer as well. So there are a lot of hits and misses in my journey. And right now, I am at the position where I would say that I am happy and content. So regarding my journey, yeah, I would like to share some of the agenda, some of the experience that leans with the agenda. So first of all, starting with the motivation, why would anybody want to switch to a service to a product based company from a service based company? um, do we have live chat on for the people, Rakshita?
Yes, ma'am, live chat is there.
So, do you do like anybody would like to pitch in? Why would they want to switch from product to service or service to product based company? Okay, I'll pitch in because there can be many reasons, and first of all, to do such a thing like to switch from a service based to a product based, you first need full motivation. That can be if you are a real passionate engineer. The projects you'll be working on is something that it's unmatchable for when you join a product based company. Like for example, when I joined PhonePe, I the independence you get here, like for example, we PhonePe, I am just talking about PhonePe right now. Like we are heavily regulated by RBI and NPCI. Like, so we face very unique challenges. in our when we are trying to actually create application for our system and for serve the purpose. So these unique challenges are only solved by our people. So we are free and we have that liberty to add that creativity to our system. That makes the perfect system. That makes the perfect environment for a software engineer to grow. In a service-based company, you mostly have a client telling you what to do and what not to do, how they want the application, what features they want to know, and mostly developers, they are the backend people listening to the instructions of the product managers and making the requirements clear. That is all. But here in product based companies, you have that liberty and you have that independence to move on and actually add the features you actually want. Like for example, in our team, in PhonePe full ecosystem, we as developers act as a customers and the feedback providers as well. We give our product manager like, why don't we have these features, and one person is asking for this feature, can we implement it? So that is something that that drives you, that has the power to motivate you to work enough for a good enough company, like where actually you can see come live that what you are building, and you are front facing that feature. So I think that is one of the motivation. Second, I think that this is everybody's favorite I would say, like the pay in high product based company is comparatively much higher than service based company. I can say for most of the cases, not for every, for sure, of course, but yes, money can be a huge motivation for you. Like for me, it is. I do work. If I want, I'm working hard. I am working in a feature and I'm building a feature that is served by millions of users. Then I would like to be rewarded in the same exponential manner, right? So I think that can be a feature motivation for you. And third enough motivation, which is I think my personal favorite. So because you will be working with such brilliant minds in these companies, like if you know that X and Y company has this hard level of legacy, you know that the people are working there are hard workers, and you get to be with them. Like you get to know the ideas, their mentality, what are their thinking process, how what makes them different, is something that is really good enough motivation for me as well. And what else? Do you guys have anything regarding any purpose or any motivation that makes you want to switch companies? I would really like to know your feedback in this. Otherwise, we can move ahead. Okay, we can move ahead, I think. So, next, what part? So, we have talked about the motivation. We have talked about why would you want to do why would you want to take such a leap in your career. Second, let's come to the basic steps of how to do that actually, how to actually achieve this. I would say that from my journey, it will be a lot of hit and misses. You just have to be motivated every time. Like do not lose the hope of changing. It is hard, but following just general steps would make it a lot easier for you. For example, what I would recommend is start from the basics. Start from the everyone knows DS algo. You have to be proficient in this because these companies really do ask a lot of good questions. They are actually thinking. They are actually judging your problem solving mind, and that is and computer science background. It can be judged by DS algo part, right? How quickly you can solve a question or how quickly you are able to come up with a solution that is actually going to serve a purpose. For example, whenever you say that you have to find the minimum path sum from a grid, you are not actually solving a basic DS algo question. If you go to a Uber, this is a very basic algorithm that implements this finding the best path for an end trip and to a destination trip, right? So this is something that they are looking for, and they DS Algo helps these company to judge you better. So there is no shortcut for this. You have to prepare for DS Algo. You have to create that muscle memory that needs the debugging, that needs the actually have the brain power to solve it during the interview, because these data structures are eventually going to help you. For example, in our case, if there are computer science students who have learned about directed acyclic graph, this is the main core feature of every payment in PhonePe. So this is important, and not just for the interviews, I would say it will make you a better software engineer in future as well, because you'll be able to appreciate the complexity goes behind an algorithm. Like for example, even in YouTube shorts, you see doubly linked list is used to actually have the series of YouTube shorts you watch. So don't just learn it for the interview purposes, try to enjoy it as well, because this will become a fun part. I'm sure I can vouch for that. Once you start solving it, you will get to know that how these little DSL Go powers everything that is happening online for you. And second part, I would say, um, try if second part really depends on your experience level. Like for example, if you are a fresher, then the LLD and HLD does not matter that much. Like for example, I take interviews in PhonePe, so we are not focused on LLD and HLD part for a fresher. You just have to know the basic stuff, like how a design pattern works or what kind of design pattern you would implement. But when it comes to a greater experience level, like in mid level or a senior level, for mid level we are judging on the basis how well you are able to identify the pattern and how well you are able to actually implement that pattern. So that is really important. Practice well for enough. There are many sources of LLD. You can I can share some resources with you, if which I use in my preparation. So I'll just try to implement a basic feature and try to make it as efficient as possible. Like for example, if you're a mid-level senior engineer, or if you are a more 2+ years in engineer, then try to make the use of libraries as much as they want, because they are looking for your skill, like how well versed you are, what you are building and what you are trying to build, because the companies do not want you to train on these top technologies. This is a very different scenario in product based. Like they want you to be at work and be good at whatever you do. They do not train you. For example, in service based companies, I have seen that people are given some time, 3 months or 4 months, to adapt a certain technology. That really doesn't happen in the product based companies. In fact, tech stack is not a limitation in product based companies at all. You are just need to be good at logic and problem solving. And so that was with the LED part. And then comes the HLD part. It is high level design. For low level design, high level design is how well versed you are with the big systems, and how well versed you know a small component will fit in the entire picture. So for example, if you are given the example of design YouTube, then what technologies, what protocols, or what databases, what indexing technique, what partition technique, what sharding technique you will use actually to implement YouTube in general. Again, this is for mid-level engineers, like 2 or 3+ engineers. You should be knowing well enough HLD. But when it comes to a junior level of experiences engineers, you are ought to know you're supposed to know basic technologies. This is minimally expected. So I can share the resources with you for that as well. Um, but before that, just focus on the mostly on the DS algo part, because that is really really needed. You are supposed to have that muscle memory, that as I said before. And yes, that was the I mean, very basic in general, foot map or a print map, whatever you want to say, to get started with your preparation. And yeah, till now, any questions? If we have any questions, we can take them up.
Yes, there are questions. Firstly, how did you tailor your resume to appeal to product based companies? First question from
Yeah,
Kajal.
okay. Hi, Kajal. That is actually a very good question. It is tough, really. it is not tough. You just need to know a little tricks which I learned. Like for example, I'll share some of them. Like for example, you need to show that the project that you have built on or you have worked on, it has that like it shows that the project you are going to build in the your future company that you are applying for has some relevance. Like for example, when I was applying, I showed how I'm from Optum. So Optum is a healthcare industry. I showed that what impact my project has made in the industry and what figures my project has made. That figures actually help the product based companies or the recruiters to judge you better, like will you be able to handle such traffic, or will you be able to analyze the number of the number of mismatches and number of I would say the switches you have to make to actually work in a such environment. So that is first step. And then comes the LinkedIn shortcuts, like LinkedIn text. For example, you have to have connect with the recruiters every then and now, just to try to find their email, just try cold emailing them, just try cold messaging them, just try come on networking as much as possible. Try to connect with the people working in the same company, asking for the feedback. I say that this is really difficult, but I think this is the most difficult part of your preparation, because then only one people or two people out of 10 people will reply you. But don't give up on that part, because that is how you move forward. Like there's no other way for this, to be honest. Try as much portal as well. I have also one extension with me, it is called Signal Hire. You can use that, and you can use that to find email of any recruiter in the email. It is a very useful shortcut, I would say. Just note it down. Useful extension. Try and try cold emailing them with the subject that hiring for this role, or immediately available for this role. That is how you'll be able to connect to the recruiters. And so, short, answering your question in short, how to tailor your resume is just there are many free tools. Just try to add that keywords that are in the job description. Just go through the job description very carefully, what they want and how it aligns with your experience, and try to magnify your experience in that two direction only. Like for example, if they are asking for a heavy product base, like heavy business base, like heavy user based technology, try to mend your product, or try to mend your resume in that direction. If they are asking for highly analytical position, like try to mend your resume in that direction, like how your contribution actually helped in the analytics of your team. Like if you are getting my point, if I have made myself clear, I can answer again to your question.
I think it is cleared.
Okay.
Next question is from Shubhanshu. What role did open source contribution or side projects play in your transition?
Um, so uh, Again, a good question. Unfortunately, I made my transition was when I was way ahead in my career. Like I made my transition when I had 4 years of experience. So yes, coming to your question, when you are at the junior level or when you are in a college, uh, that open source really helps you, like because it builds I have also contributed in the open source project. It really helps you to actually make your vision clearer and actually help you get the exposure that you'll be getting ahead in your future. Like the projects that you could have built in your future, you are building right now in the open source. So that really helps. And because it shines in your resume, I would not lie, this actually takes the eye off your resume, and it gives you a way ahead. Like for example, 10 people are doing just normal project, just a simple home project, and 11th person is actually building something and actually contributing in the open source. This will really catch someone's eye, and it will give you a perfect edge to your resume in your transition journey or in a job search journey. So But for me, in my case, when I was at that experience level where it didn't matter much, because it will not eventually, it definitely does. But I would say, if you are if you are trying to connect with the right people at the right moment, and if you are actually good with whatever you say on your resume, then I would say it will not take you. It will not move. Having open source contribution will not take you that backward in your journey. So yes, go ahead and try to contribute as much as you can, because it will eventually help you only uh, in forwarding your resume ahead, or uplifting you in your career. But definitely it is not something that is extremely needed, because I am not that person who have made such contribution. I solely rely on my experience and my interview performances to get where I wanted. So yes, that is all. Is that answer satisfying for you, Shivanshu?
Yes, there's another one question dropped in a chat box. How can one get noticed by product based recruiters and platforms like LinkedIn?
um okay. So there are multiple answers to this question. I will honestly tell you what I did. There's a trick to actually these tricks just noted down. It really helped me in my journey, because these tricks is something that you will learn in a very long period of time. I just try to actually have that to like, for example, if Microsoft is hiring, they are probably hiring for Azure, or they are hiring for Microsoft Office. Like, these are very big products, and they are actually serving millions of requests. The QPS, the query per second, is really high for these products. So what do you want the recruiters to have in your to get to know them? Like, what you have, do you have that what it takes to be the developer who can handle such traffic? So try to add that. As I said before, try to go through the job description and whatever product they are building, and try to bring your LinkedIn profile into that. So whenever you see someone writing about LinkedIn, about, you have 3 4 section in your LinkedIn profile, right? So if I'm talking particularly about LinkedIn, like, for example, what skills do you have? Just write it under your profile. It Recruiters only search for, like, for example, a recruiter is searching for Java developer. He or she will directly search Java developer, and having that Java keyword in your about or in your LinkedIn profile section will get you up to the search in the top. You're getting my point. Like, for example, don't just write software engineer, don't just write aspiring software engineer. Try aspiring software engineer in Java, in Spring Boot, in Kubernetes, in Docker. Use that skill and use that LinkedIn algorithm to get you on the top. And also, in your profile section, try to write as much as you want to contribute. Like, if you have 2 years of experience, write 2 years of experience in your LinkedIn profile, and write whatever you are bringing to the table, and what skills you have, because LinkedIn algorithm works in that way. I'm talking particularly about LinkedIn and how to get on the top of the profile. Like, this is one of the trick, and it will actually keep your profile on the top. Try to change everything. Just try to change a single dash only in your profile, try to change a single dot only. Just that is all required to keep you on the top. If only LinkedIn is the picture. Insta hire, we can also talk about. Just try to change your skill set every day. It will give you opportunities, different fresh opportunities every time you refresh the page, and also keep you on the profile on the top for the recruiters to actually match your profile. That is one of the trick. And what else? Yeah, again, that is secondary, but I would say it really helps. Try to find, as I said, use Signal Hire extension. I'm not promoting it, I personally used it, I still use it for sometimes. So try to find the recruiters that are actually hiring. So whenever you search a job, you have that recruiter hiring most of the time. try to cold email them, and try to cold messaging them like what do you want and how you're making a difference in your company, and how what keeps you a step ahead of your peers, that to get that you are good enough for that opportunity. That will really help you in keeping your profile top notch for these companies. Yes, that is something that I personally use and I would suggest everyone to use. I am actually spelling all of my secret here.
The trick was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And the next question is from Anjali. Can you recommend some habits or daily routines for aspiring product engineers?
Oh, nice question. Uh, okay, so do not give up on DS algo preparation. I am telling you, it is really important. And whatever you do, just revise the next day, because it seems very silly right now. It because when I got that advice, I was also like, who would revise hundreds of questions, or who would revise hundreds of articles that I have read? But no, it's not like that. Whenever you read that, it gets imprinted on your brain a little harder than the last time. So to be on the top of the line, like for example, even if you are, let's suppose you get an offer from a dream company, then the journey doesn't end there. You have to be proactive, and you have to be at the par in your peers as well, because these people are also very smart. From where are you going, right? So to be in that league, you have to read daily, you have to understand your project daily. So try to read and revise what you are doing, and try to be more of a, when I say proactive, just try to understand like how your contribution is making a difference, and how actually you can do better in that. I'm not saying to be a nerd to read every time, but whenever whatever you do, just try to think of in another edge, like how this can be a different. Try to find out those questions answers, um, learning in a different way, or to be honest, these chat gpts and other AI platforms really help you. Like you can actually ask them. I use them daily to understand what 10 different approaches that I could have taken using to solve a different problem. So yes, I would say do not stop learning, and do not stop revising whatever you learn, because this is reaching a product based company is not something that your journey ends there. There are brilliant of people there are many people more brilliant and more smarter than you that you'll find anywhere. So one habit is something: do not stop learning. Like this is not I would say this your journey will not end there. Your new journey will start from there, I would say this.
Yes. And the next question is from Leon. The features you developed or contributed to in your previous company, how do you find the numbers? How to get those critical catchy numbers?
Critical catchy numbers as in how many products my how many people will be using the feature. Is that your question, Leon? Okay. The feature you develop contribute to your previous company. How do you find the numbers? Like you mentioned, traffic, etc. Okay, I understand your question. You are asking me like how many people are actually using your product while you are building a feature in company. So there are many tools that actually help you get there. So whenever you are like for example, there is a tool that it is called Grafana, and Grafana is a tool that you'll be using heavily when you go live with your production changes. Like it actually shows you the request per second in your application, and you can also implement Grafana in your personal project. It will actually catch all the requests that are actually coming to your endpoint. Like for example, if you made a post endpoint or a get endpoint, then actually your Grafana will give you a table and show how many requests are getting on that endpoint, particular endpoint. Also, if you connect it to your DB, it will actually show how many requests are going to your DB. So this is something it's very particular for the software engineers, because once you go in industry, these tools will be your these tools should be on your fingertips, as you'll be using them heavily. For example, in PhonePe, we use them daily. We, as a developer, we are not only supposed to write code, we are also supposed to look after our application. How many traffic we are serving, or what's the, like for example, I am in autopay team of PhonePe. Like for example, whenever we go live with the Hotstar match, or like for example, there was Champions Trophy there, so we were live. We were actually monitoring all the traffic that we are getting using Grafana, and we have internal tools as well. So from there we get the number. And also there are analytics team, data analytics, which give you an estimate. Like for example, if you're not talking about the live feature, like for example, we are going to be live with some different feature that we have not built it yet. So analytics team give us the pretty good idea of how many service that will be, how many QPS will be handling, and how many people will be using our application in different occasions. Like for example, our analytics team and the our client also gives us the number. Like this is the, like for example, whenever there's a there's a match, people tend to set up a auto pay more frequent or more in a larger number of time. So these numbers are given by us to our data analytics team from our previous matches or previous encounters of these such events. And also the client also gives us, like for example, we are live with the Hotstar knows how many traffic they'll be getting, so they give us pretty good estimation, like how much traffic we'll be getting in our system for autopay. I'm just talking about my team. So that gives you a good idea of how many numbers you'll be experiencing in your feature that you have built. Does that answer your question? Or thank you, Leon. Yes, any other questions? There are actually many good questions. You can ask anything you want. Yes. Yeah, actually, that is also a very good point, which I forgot to mention. Like, for example, when I was in Optum, developers were not exposed to all the numbers. But in PhonePe, we are the sole owners of our products. We are the sole owners of what we are actually building and how it is affecting our the growth of PhonePe in its journal. Like in Optum, I was not allowed to see all the numbers. I was not allowed to see all the personal records of a patient, whoever using his our service. We will just get to know that, hey, this is something where your application doesn't work, you have to improve it. And this communication was done by the product managers. But in PhonePe, it is very ambiguous and very abstract. You are actually giving, like, this is that simple. If you're checking monitoring log and you're like, yeah, this doesn't seem good, or I'm getting 5xs requests too much in this particular time of interval, you are actually have the liberty to check, like, why you are getting such so many 5xs in such number of time. This is something, this independence is something that I have not gotten before. So I think that also sets apart why you should work in a product based company. Any other questions? It's fun answering your question. They are very fresh questions, I would say.
Can drop your question in chat box if anyone has questions or doubts.
Yeah, you can ask about the preparation, what resources, and any general question regarding software. I will in the, what's the timeline requirement in developing anything, and how different it is from service based? Like for example, here's like 1 or 2 weeks sprint duration. It really depends. This is a very generic question. I would say this doesn't comes with product based or um, service based. This is not really specific to a specific question for a product or service based company. As I would say, it really depends on your team. For example, in our case, there's a feature that is soon. I don't know how many of you have used it. It is called UPI circle or delegate feature. So whenever new features comes in, and you are in the competition with your peers, like for example, our competition is Google Pay and Paytm, so and NPCI as well. This really depends on how your product will be affecting. Like for example, in delegate, you are actually competing with your peers that have actually market share a lot, and that can affect PhonePe in many different ways. So there is no timeline in that. I'm telling you honestly. But when it comes to different features that are not that critical, really depends on the team. For example, there is no sprint that is followed in my team. You are actually independent to work on your pace and tell them if you have a blocker and if you do not have a blocker. So in my team, there's no sprint planning goes, or there's no actual agile format that is followed. You are supposed to do what you are given in the timeline, and this is not something that you can take advantage of. These people are very smart, and you are enough very smart that you will be doing your work. You are you have that build that trust in your team, so your team knows that how much time you'll be taking. And yes, that depends on the collaboration and how comfortable your team is with you. So I have seen both no agile and agile in phone. I have seen agile and no agile in my previous company. So it really depends on the team. It's not specific to any company. Okay, is there a large difference in the interview process for both product company and service time company? um the Okay, so this from my personal experience, what I have seen, that first of all, your technology stack doesn't hold you back. Like you can come from Node, and you can be working in Java in any other company that you are switching from, or you can be a proper I would say functional programming language developer, and you can work in an object oriented programming language developer. So first difference is you are not expected to learn a tech stack. I have given interviews for service based companies, but they ask very language specific questions which I'm not really good with. I'll be honest. Like what is why Java has this or why Java has that. These questions is something that I have encountered more frequently in service based, because they are really concerned with the tech stack, because they have proper clients telling them what they want from a particular application. As I said, in product based company, you are free, you are liberal to use any tech stack you want. Any you are you have the liberty to use any tech stack. You want to solve a particular question, nobody is going to answer that. But in service based company, these people are very tied to what they want to build and how they want to build. So one of the key differences that they ask language specific questions. You have to prepare for Java, you have to prepare for Java concurrency, you have to prepare for Java multi-threading to be to do good in these interviews. And second of all, second interview that I have the second difference that I have seen is they do not ask you that hard level of DP question. Like for example, when you appear for Google, they will not ask you anything less of graph or tree. But when you appear for any company, I would say any service based company you take, they will the difficulty of question is not that I mean basic array and string would work. um, I'm generalizing it. And it will be not applicable for 100% of the companies, but this is what I have seen. And you have to be and one of the common things that I have seen, you have to be good with OOPS and whatever language, whatever principle you follow while writing code. You have to be good in both for to appear for both of the companies, because they ask you number of design questions or good number of design patterns questions to actually um, take your application forward, because at the end you'll be writing code in both of the companies. So this is something that eventually help you as well. And and what should I say? Let me remember anything else. Other than that, no, I don't think so. There are many differences except for the tech stack that they are asking and the level of difficulty of DS algo that they are going to ask. For example, in Google, there is no design round for at least 5 years of experiences. You are supposed to know DS, and for at least you are supposed to clear 5 rounds of DS to get to a level 5 of position there. But in any other company like Wipro, it will not be the case. There will be a different set of questions altogether. That is the main difference.
Okay, and the next question is from Sarah. How did you handle rejection and setbacks during job switching process?
Hmm. Actually, yeah, it does affect you. It does take a toll on your mental peace, actually, because you could. In my case, I was like, what did I do wrong to actually face the rejection? I thought my interview was good. In fact, I was rejected 2 days ago by a product-based company, and it does take a toll. But anyways, you have to take it as an opportunity. And just what how I motivate myself is, because I tell myself that this was a practice interview that is going to help you to move to your dream company. Those exact words I say to myself. And I know that this is not a stepping, this is not something that, yes, I am stepping back. It is something that is making me smarter for my next interview round. So do not take it your heart. I would say there are hundred or different companies, bro. Just hundred or different companies. You'll get. You just have to win one company. You just have to clear the rounds of just one company. Just think it like that. So do not take it personally. Like sometimes company is not looking for what you have to offer, or sometimes it's not really something that you want to work with. So yeah, it I would say it definitely takes a toll. Like if have you have prepared weeks for a particular opportunity, but don't think it as a stepping back. Just think of it as you are going to move forward. Like this is a practice interview that you had given. That is all I think. And I move forward and eat a ice cream, go out for a day. I do not whenever I have an interview, I do not study after my interview till whole day. That's how I celebrate. Anyhow, how did my interview go? It doesn't matter to me. Just do not take it to your heart, because even one day after one day, or at least after 1 month, you'll be in your dream company. You have to believe that. That is all, really. And you can also talk to me personally regarding this. I have personally struggled a lot regarding this. So it doesn't matter, really. Just chill and try for better opportunity. That's all. Any other questions? Like, that was a good question, Sarah.
Any other question? Please drop your question in your chat box.
I have actually questions for you guys. Like, let me know if you are looking for a remote job opportunity, like there are certain companies that offer you very good pay if you want to work globally. Do you guys actually look for that in your company, or you just you are just trying to work in India? And okay, so Jyoti has a question. What was the biggest mindset shift you had to make when moving from a service based to a product based role? Ah, okay. Biggest mind shift change you had to move to a product based company. This is not something that I did during my journey. My mind shift to changes after I joined the company. So when I moved to PhonePe, I had the biggest imposter syndrome. I had the most biggest realization of how dumb and how stupid I am after moving in PhonePe, because I realized that everybody literally is smarter than me. So I shifted my I when I moved there, I was like that I want to be able to sit with them, the peers that I'm working with, and have that equal conversation that they are going, like, because they actually have such smart conversations. Like whenever I talk to them, it feels like my brain has become bigger. Like I have learned a lot in just 5 minutes. So biggest mindset shift that happened to me was that these people actually pay a lot of attention of what they are building, and why they are building, and how they can move ahead, yeah, the company as well as you. So that is something that I learned, because in my previous company I was just only concerned with the work that was given to me. I did it, I submitted it, I pushed to the GitHub, and that is all my work was done there. But when I moved here, one of the things that to change my perspective and actually help me grow better is something that I need to be proactive enough to know what impact that I am making, and how can actually I can actually grow myself, not in just terms of the technology, in terms of the software developer, in just as a general person as well, because how these people think is something that was not exposed to. So this is something that changed for me. Do I make sense in this? Okay. Did any interviewer question your service-based background and focused more? It seemed doubtful about it. How did you handle that? Focused more on it or seemed doubtful about it. No, it doesn't happen. Do not think it like that, because they are only, as I said, product-based companies are only concerned with your um, are only concerned with how you are able to solve a different problem. Like even some of the product based companies actually give you Google during allow you to Google your problem during the interview, because they are not judging how smart they are not judging how knowledgeable you are, just they are judging how quickly you can act on a solution. So this is your service based experience will not be in your way. I'm telling you 100%. Do not think it like that, that they will be judging you on your service based company. In fact, I have seen many people coming from a service based company performing better than other people has not from the same background. So they do not ask you about that question. They will not ask you what impactful project. They will definitely ask you about how you made a difference in your previous company. But this is something they do not ask. I can tell you. Even the recruiters, they don't ask you, and that doesn't also happen that maybe your resume, someone else's resume would be preferred over you. Like for example, someone is coming from Amazon and someone is coming from a small scale startup. Maybe in a very 1% case, your resume will not be picked up in that case. But honestly, I have never seen such partiality, because they never ask you. They just are concerned with your problem solving skill. That is all. That is why I emphasize on building that mindset of building that muscle memory to actually solve any problem that is given to you. That is all required. That nothing is going to be in your way, trust me. Okay. Ma'am, I'm in current. currently moving to a third year of my college. I'm really scared what will happen. I am doing DSM college. Can you give me some advice? Also, this is off topic. Hi Vivek, this is not really off topic. This is a good question. I was also in the same boat in my third year. Um, Third year is a very critical part, I would say, because from the fourth year you are supposed to be in some internship or some PPO. You should be having some PPO from some company. I would say just first of all, try to network, try to reach as many people on LinkedIn, as many recruiter on LinkedIn, as many people who are working in your dream company, and try to build relationship with them. Try to have the numbers of recruiters as much as you can, because in the fourth year you will be applying heavily on your job. And second of all, try to revise and try to revise the DS algo part. As I said, the freshers are more judged on the DS algo rather than on low level or high level. So try to actually solve as many questions as on that, because I don't know about your college placements or college, how your college actually helps you in the placements. But as I said, try to reach out to the recruiters and try to show your online profile as well. Like for example, I do not have very strong lead code profile, but I have seen recruiters asking you how many questions you have solved on lead code. Try to be more proactive, try to take part in contest on lead code. It will really help you and simulate the actual environment of the real interview in your because you will be directly facing interviews after this year, right? So try to and just build one or two projects and be very good at it. Like you do not have to build 10 projects, and you do not have to know 10 technology stack. Just know one technology stack and just know one project very well. And what did you do and how did it make you learn? For example, if you have built some chat application, what measure did you take to make your chat application work from end to end? Just try to do that and prepare some answers regarding it. Like for example, try to there is a website called Tramp. Schedule or interview your mock interview on Tramp. Try to learn from the people like who will be interviewing you, what questions they'll be asking. Try to simulate basically whatever interview you'll be facing in the future. So yeah, two three things. First is try to reach out to your recruiters. Learn DS Algo. This is very important. You'll be judged heavily on this. Third, learn one or two projects, build one or two projects, and be very good at it. Do not fumble on any question that is asked to you regarding your project that you have built or that you have added in your resume. So, best of luck. You got this. Don't worry about it. Just try to follow these three steps. That helped me a lot. So, that is all. Okay. Asif has asked a question. Can you tell how do the screen resume in ATS score really a factor, or do HR see the resume? It really depends what company you're applying. If you're applying for a very like you're applying for a fan company, it's probably a chance that they are not looking at your resume. Your ATS is looking at your resume, and it is actually rejecting you. So referral is something that you should seek from. For a company, for a manga like company. But I have seen many people that actually, like for example, some of the companies that like Salesforce or Dream 11, I have personally gotten mails from the HR when I applied to them. So do apply for the job portal, in the job portal, and do get a referral from any of the person working there. That increases your chance. ATS is definitely looking at your resume, and as I said, you have to tailor your resume. So there are a bunch of websites. I can't really think of some of the website that I have used. I can share them afterwards. But those websites help you build your resume according to the job description. It will tailor your resume, add those keywords from the job description to your resume, and it will help you increase your ATS score. But at the end, I would say ATS is secondary. Try to get referral, try to reach out to recruiter directly who is hiring, because that is the because at the end there is a person who is looking, and there is a person who will be calling you for a job opportunity to you. So try to reach out them rather than reaching out to a machine. Do not try to defeat machine, try to get to a human at the end. So referral and reaching out to recruiters, cold emailing, cold calling, whatever you want to do, just try to do that, because ATS is there, but I would say this really doesn't matter if you have a good reach out or good networking. Yeah, that is all. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Leon C has a question. Thank you, Elva. Can you share your HR related experiences as well, like negotiation as well? Negotiation in what sense? Like, what in what sense do you want me to answer that question, Leon? The salary negotiations or the perks or the? I think this is regarding salary. I am guessing. HR related question. I am honestly not good with HRs, to be honest. uh, uh, I think this is the most difficult part of an interview, talking to an HR. Um, uh, One advice that I would like to give you before HR round: try to reach as many people on the LinkedIn who are already working there. Like for example, when I was joining PhonePe, I actually I actually use LinkedIn to reach out as many people to actually know the salary bracket that they are offering me. If you're talking about salary negotiation, then try to get a fair good idea, like if they are lowballing you or if they are actually not able to match up your expectation. Try to do that, because honestly people will definitely give you 100% honest opinion. So try to do that before HR round. And cultural question is something that you can simulate or create a mock interview with chat gpt or pram. So that is the easiest part, but yeah, negotiation is something that you will get a hang of it as much as you give interviews. So yeah, I mean, that is all. If you want me to answer a specific question in your specific part in your question, do let me know. Otherwise I think this is all that you need to know. Okay, minimum requirement to apply for internship. Minimum of requirement to apply for an internship. Depends on what internship you are targeting. Like if you are trying to apply for the product based companies, they generally, your resume will shine only if not only if your resume will shine if you have as open source contribution or you have some good ranking on online platforms. It depends on the company. As I said, it's not very generic. Like for example, one or two projects might be enough for some company or might not be enough for some company. So try to be, as I said, your DS algo as a fresher is much more valued than your projects or contributions. So try to be good at it, and try to actually showcase your versatility, like how passionate you are. Like for example, I had everything on my resume. I had open source contribution, I had code forces ranking as well, I had NGO experience as well, I had personal project mentoring experience as well. I don't know if it really helps, but try to look for the company what they are looking for in an internship. This is again very specific to the company, but mostly if you are targeting big companies, then your coding profile should be good for you. And if you are targeting startups, if you are targeting mid-level startups or a early stage startup, then your development skills should be at par. Like you need to know how a tech stack works. Like if you are going for a Node developer, then you need to know that how Node works actually, and they will actually ask you question based on it. So there are literally two categories for this. Depends on the company, as I said. Does that answer your question, Suraj? Thank you. Any other questions? We are towards the end of our session.
I think no more questions. Is another one question.
What code forces
What?
ranking is minimum, ma'am? I will currently reach pupil. Uh it again, this is very specific. Like, you, if you are applying for a company like Code Nation, it is you need to be very good at it. But no, it is, there is no hardcore requirement for you to be a master on code forces. I was not there. I am telling you, I am still not there. And no, you don't need any minimum ranking on that. You just need to know good level of medium questions of lead code. That is all, I swear. um, Definitely, it gives you an edge, but do not think of it as the only requirement. Try to be more, try more breadth for search on your, rather than depth for search on your resume. You have to be you have to show that you are versatile in the technology stack as well as in DS Algo, because you'll be judged on both of them, depends on the company. But no, Codeforce's ranking is not a requirement, is a very hardcore requirement for you. um, but again, if you really enjoy it, then try to be better and showcase it as your only unique selling point for your resume. This doesn't work for me. I maybe I'm not the best person to answer this, but do not think of it the only criteria for you to be judged by the company. There are different aspects of you that you can showcase. Like, for example, you can showcase your project, or you can even showcase your lead code profile. They do not ask you that code forces level of questions. Trust me. Yeah, that is all. I mean, do not emphasize on the only project. This is just one aspect of your profile. Just remember that. That is all. Any other
I think.
questions?
Would you like to add anything at the end? Would you like to add anything up to the end? Means who
Uh,
wish to join?
Yes. I would say, do not to emphasize on the one project or the one part of your resume. First thing that is not talked enough is something that networking. Try to reach out as many people on the LinkedIn, as many recruiters on the LinkedIn, because that is the first step of getting a job. You have to be in touch with the recruiters or in the with the people that are working there, because at the end they are going to give you an opportunity to interview with them. So first, try to networking and try to know what questions they are targeting. Like, many good level startups are not even asking you DS algo questions. They are asking you development based questions, like, are you able to build this or that? So focus on both of the aspects. Try to build your resume in certain way. And yes, do not take it to your heart if some opportunity misses. There are million of opportunities there. Try to, just enjoy, because this preparation part is something that can be really fun. Actual responsibility or the actual task begins after you join the company. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Preparing is the easiest part of being a software engineer. Actually handling that opportunity in the company you are going is something that is really different what you are building. So yes, do not take it as just try to enjoy and actually learn, and try to actually have fun with it, like what you are building and why are you doing it. So that is the last advice that I would give you.
Thank you so much, Vandana, for such a thoughtful and empowering session. Your journey is incredibly inspiring, and your insights into making customer service to a product company were full of unbelievable wisdom.
Uh,
once again.
Rakshita, your voice is breaking for me actually.
Is it audible now?
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight for switching from service-based company or to a product-based company. The session was very insightful. Am I audible, man?
Yes, you are audible. Your voice was breaking earlier actually.
Is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
Is it okay now, man?
Yes, yes, yes.
Once again, thank you so much for thoughtful and empowering session.
Uh, Thank you for all having me and sharing my insights to give me a platform to share and connect with you. Uh,
Yes, thank you everyone who tuned in today. And once again, a heartfelt thank you to Vandana Gupta for sharing her time and knowledge with us. If today's session sparked even one small step toward a bigger dream, then we have done our job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more such sessions. And if you are participating in GSOC, keep pushing your limits. You never know how far your code can take you. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and never stop dreaming. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Vandana. Stay tuned. Bye.